So the other night, I had an opportunity to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. um, this is like a 2003 movie with Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. It's also got Christopher Lee in it and David Kelly. Um, like uh, the main problem with this movie is that like the old version, like the 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory exists. Because I think if that movie didn't exist and like it's like so memorable and like full of wonder and everything, I think this movie would do well on its own. The problem is like you're gonna make all sorts of comparisons to that old film, and like that's like kind of like the issue with like remakes and like um, reboots in general. There's always gonna be like the idea of what the old one did and what to do better. It's kind of weird because I was reading this article on I want to say it was Game Rant or something like that, talking about how this movie follows like the book a lot more accurately, and like I listened to like the books, I read the books, I should say, like 20 years ago. I don't remember them very well. I do remember like there was like three books basically, and like the original one was always gonna be like a trilogy, until like Charlie like never wanted to sign on for the trilogy, and like stepped away from acting, and like this one I think could have also like became a trilogy because like it sets it up well enough. I'm hoping like the new one's a trilogy. Like it's I'll talk about that like my next review because I watched that as well, but um like it's I don't know, like and then I was also like reading about how like Slugworth was never supposed to be like a villain like in the first one, like they didn't like that idea. um I don't know, there's lots of sorts of weird things. The other like thing is like I kind of think like the names need to be switched around because this one is like a lot more about Willy Wonka because it gives him a full backstory and everything, and he's introduced like right away in the movie, whereas the other one, like he's just talked about and like he doesn't show up to like 30 minutes in the movie, and it's a lot more about Charlie. So like it's almost like the name should be switched around. Um, the other thing is like the issues like start like arising right away. Like you're in, I want to say it's like Britain. This is supposed to take place in, and you'll see like all these like little like cul-de-sacs of these like you know townhomes that are all connected, and then they have like a shared like backyard like in the middle of the little lot. And then you have Charlie, who's supposed to be like absurdly poor and like living in this like broken down house with his parents and his grandparents, all in like a single room. They keep having like cabbage soup for dinner, for example. Um, but like you look at like the plot of like land that they're on, and it's like literally like four times the size of like one of those plots of like land, like with the townhomes. It's just like, why would you not just sell off like half of that land and like like live a decent life? And like the issues like keep going from there. Uh, for whatever reason, like Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka is like doing this like Michael Jackson impersonation. He keeps like talking in this like high pitched regressed voice, kind of like this, and he keeps doing this like thing. Like it's weird. I don't know how to describe it. And like furthermore, like the Michael Jackson thing is like he's got like white makeup on, and like it does a flashback of him like meeting the Oompa Loompas, and like he's like a normal Caucasian white male, and it's just like what I don't understand like the idea. Um, Aside from that, like I kind of like do like what he's doing with his performance because like you think about someone that's been like a shut in for 30 years, and like ran away from home like at a young age, and like had like a weirdly controlling father. Like I think like they would be kind of like socially inept in a way. So it's like it works and it doesn't work, and it's I don't know. It's it's definitely like a unique performance though, and it's like one of those things like that people keep talking about. So like I think like in a way it worked. Um, in a way like I don't know. It's definitely gonna be divisive. I'll put it that way. Everything is like this is Tim Burton, and Tim Burton was making everything dark before like the DC expanded universe made everything dark for no reason, you know? Like his old Batman movies were super dark. Um, I can't think of other movies. He's off the top of my head now. I want to say he did the old Halloween movie with Jack Skellington, but again, like a very dark movie for like what it is. You know, it's supposed to be like a kids movie, but like there's some like really dark stuff in there, and it's weird in contrast like the old 1971, which is obviously a G-rated movie and a very kid-friendly movie. It's got one scene of them going down a tunnel that people criticize the movie for being like giving them nightmares and everything, but it's just like that scene is like so prolonged in this. It's even like weirder. I don't know. I don't know. It's an enjoyable movie in my opinion. Oh, another thing I wanted to bring up real quick. It's weird like seeing like the difference between like practical effects versus like computer graphics. Like in this newer one, Violet's like the best example I can give of this, because in the old movie they did her completely practical effects. Like they blew her up, like her suit blew up, and like it looked a lot better. And like maybe at the time, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory might have like looked better like with the computer graphics, but like looking at it now, it's got that like really bad uncanny valley effect, of those 2000 movies. But yeah, overall, I don't know. I enjoy this movie. It's definitely like unique, and someone who like loves Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I definitely like. I don't know if I like rushed out to go see this in theaters, but like it definitely would not surprise me to go see this in theaters and like not being like mad about it. Just because like you kind of like want to spend like more time in that universe, it's the best way I can describe it. And I think that's like a lot of the reason like people watch like all the Marvel movies still and all the DC movies still is because they just want to spend time in that universe. But I'd give the movie like probably like a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's very dated. It's the best way I can describe it. But overall, I'd say it's a enjoyable watch. Definitely, obviously watch like the old one over this one. But if you've never experienced Willy Wonka and want to see it in video form, this is all you have access to. I don't think you can be mad about it. The other thing, like before I end this review, I completely forgot to bring up. It's really weird that the first one's a musical. This one is not a musical, and then the new one is a musical, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe Tim Burton's like opposing musicals, and like maybe musicals were like even more hated back then than they are now, which is they kind of have like a resurgence. But I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was interesting. Anyways, bye.